Hi everybody, welcome to this expert division specific playthrough with tailwinds only for the Heading Home tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Like I said, all of these are previous shots from expert tournaments, so if you are playing in that division then these will be the right win ranges for you. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. These are not necessarily tournament wins, so you may need to tweak according to the wind direction you get, and as well of course as your club, ball and play style. Final thing to remember, some of these are old videos, so occasionally I will reference old ball power settings. Make sure you double them if it is an old shot, since of course since then the attribute levels have changed. Good luck everybody, here we go. Several options available on hole 1 with this wind. However, I'm going to show you a safe birdie in the interest of time. If you do want to push that with a berserker and a power hook and try and get on the fairway near the green with a short iron, then it is worth a go in this wind angle. But obviously with all power hook and slice shots, could be inconsistent. So safe drive here with the rock, blue ring touching the rough on the left with the rock level 9. Obviously if you have a lower level rock, you could play with any other driver as well, just mirror the landing position on the second bounce. Going 4 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, adjustment max plus 10. Pushing back up to max. Here I go with 1 ball of curl to the left. Could just reduce this one slightly just to take the left rough out of the equation, but we are safe here. And we get that extra nice little roll and we drive to the middle of the fairway. 360 yards, I've done a few tests on that, it's been absolutely fine. Second shot is going to vary depending on the rollout we get on the drive, and here it's all about trying to find a consistent bounce up position. The alternative you can play here if you want to do the same drive but with a berserker and then go for a rough bump with the sniper on the left above the bunker, that is also an option as well. Here I just am in slightly glitch territory here with the fairway, trying to get a consistent bounce. Spins are going to vary depending on your drive, but if you just want to lock in a birdie with a small chance of eagle and no risk of rough or sand, with power hooks, then this is for you. Playing true club distance, 0 elevation, so here I estimate I'm in mid distance, so I play mid plus 0, perfect ball away, and we do bounce up with a nice line here, but sadly do get a bit of a dead roll on the green, but still a very safe birdie on this tricky par 4. Actually going to show you 2 options here on this par 5 due to the tailwind that we have. First one is the aggressive one. I would recommend Thor's Hammer 6 minimum here. Haven't tested with APOC 5 Plus with less topspin, and obviously we need more wind the better here. If you have low wind here with Thor's Hammer 6, risk that you may not make it through the rough, so play at your own risk. Stretch out, full topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right, adjust max plus 10. Here I do push up to max with a 10.5 wind. Obviously if you do have very strong king wind with the berserker, you may want to back up a few yards when you push up. Do hit great right here, but with the accuracy still going to be fine. We do roll out of the rough, just obviously perfect ball, you've got less rough to roll through, and the rollout is going to vary depending how lucky you are here. So for the second shot, 2 options. If you do get a good drive which rolls out a lot further, you can go directly on the green with max backspin with the Guardian, but if you are short as I am here, play with 1 bar of backspin, 2 bars side spin to the left. Stretching out, because I'm going to use the fairway to bounce up here, adjustment max plus 0. And then once I've adjusted, I am then going to, once I've had that reconnect message, push up the rings required, because I was stretching out to find my position. In this case it was 5 rings, so I am pushing up that amount. Obviously Guardian 8, 9 preferred here for the distance and accuracy. Again, a few micro disconnects, but we get the shot away with a minor great right, but with the accuracy of Guardian 8, going to be absolutely fine here, and we do bounce up and secure the eagle that way. So that's the aggressive option. Safe option coming up with a Kingmaker. And it's going to be with the quarterback here. I go for top spin here just to suit lower levels of club, white ring touching the rough on the left at maximum distance. We adjust this one once I've added half a bar of right spin. We do adjust this one max plus 10. Here what I would suggest you do is just push up a couple of rings after adjusting especially with low wind here, 7.1, we're not going to get that extra push. So a little bit of a push up here will get you a few more yards. This still will play fine though. If you don't want to push up, or you get a shorter roll, then 328, 330 is still going to be okay for the second shot. Cataclysm or Big Dog, I'm playing 1 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. I'm going to stretch out slightly because I have a slightly shorter drive. Obviously if you do push up on your drive, then you won't need to do any stretching out here at all. Max plus 0, then I'm going to push up the rings I was stretching out as before. So that's 2 rings in this instance. We don't need to push this one massively hard. We just want to focus on a nice perfect ball to get a good repeatable shot ready for the approach. Perfect ball, and we do find centre fairway, just that bunker and the rough in sight there when the camera zooms around. Third shot going to be played with the Grizzly, but look at the plus yardage with the Thorn. Plus 5 here, and that's a good indication of where we need to be with our slider. So if you get a starting yardage of plus 5, then here I would recommend play 14% slider, minus 15 elevation. Add top spin and side spin, find the funnel. Here I have the ball guide slightly low from the pin. I would recommend you go slightly above the pin. We do come in low here. If you need more help on using the slider or reference points, check out the Academy tutorial playlist. So 14% slider, minus 15 elevation here. Perfect ball. We are going to have a decent look at this one, but just needs a little bit of a tweak. Bounces nicely in the rough, but as I say, just set that ball guide a fraction higher. We just needed to get a little bit more distance, leaving that one on the edge. So 2 options there on this par 5. Playing with the Grizzly and the Kingmaker, and I'm going to go with just over 3.5 bars of backspin, so 3.6 bars. Add your spin first and then find the position as shown. The ball guide will be about 1.5 squares short of the pin and aiming just to the right hand side. Adjustment here is mid plus 10. Now look where the centre line points when I'm adjusting my rings. So I'm going to go with no curl, just play a standard shot here. 3.6 bars backspin, mid plus 10. And we come in very nicely, right at the pin for a hole in 1. Looking at the drive on this par 4 then, we've got a nice wind angle here. I'm going to suggest this route though, because obviously there is an aggressive option trying to blast it to green. But as always on this hole, it's a little bit risky in my opinion. 3 bars top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right, setting up at max distance with APOC level 5. Plus, if you have a driver with less power, you'll need to stretch out and push up the number of yards less power than you have, less than 240, which is what the APOC 5 has. So aim as shown, then we are going to adjust max distance, 10% elevation. And even with the strongest wind available, or pretty much the strongest wind available with the Kingmaker, perfect ball is still going to be absolutely fine here. Bounces very nicely, and we want to roll along the next piece of fairway. We're not threatening the rough either side, which is good, and gets us nice centre fairway. Second shot here, we are going to do a distance check. Bottom white ring, bottom of the white ring touching the back of the fringe line where it meets the fairway. Gives me a read of plus 2 yards. Then we're going to play a no spin shot aiming just short of pin because we do have tailwind. If you need to know more about distance checks and indeed playing the slider, check out the Academy playlist, because I'm going to give you a tweak here with slider value. This is not what I play in the video, but it is what I recommend you to go with based on the miss here. For a plus 2 distance check, I would play this one 44% slider, 0 elevation. Hitting perfect here, but you are going to see we just take a lip out here on the right hand side. .8 bar of backspin, 3 bars side spin to the left. Set up here with the ball guide 1 square above the pin. And the yellow ring is touching that cut of rough, the second cut of rough there. So 2 references. Adjustment here is going to be mid-distance, 5% elevation, and I'm using power 2 ball settings here. So mid plus 5, power 2 ball settings. Then a perfect ball is going to have a very good chance of dropping here with this rough bump because it takes out a very large second bounce if you're going long iron. On this par 5, going to be tough to get an albatross, but we should be able to lock in the eagle nicely. Going with APOC, always a power 6 ball minimum, so Kingmaker plus on this hole so you can reach for the second shot. We're going to go with 5.8 top spin and around 2 bars side spin to the right, setting up a top of +6 with APOC 5 and above. Bullseye in the middle of the fairway. APOC 4, that will be top of +12, so you're still going to be okay even if you haven't got a high level APOC. Once we've done that, we're going to make our adjustment, which is max plus 15. I'm using Powerball settings to match the Kingmaker here, so that is power 6 in the new attribute levels, centering the ball and hitting perfect. This is all about positioning well on the drive. We want to get close to the rough, but of course without rolling into it. And we're going to need, unless you're playing with a power 10 ball, you're going to need the big dog or the Cataclysm so that we can reach easily to get onto the green with our second shot. So you can see here I'm going max club with the Cataclysm or the big dog, as long as you've got a 180 yard wood club or thereabouts. And then I'm adding some spin. I'm going just over 2 bars of backspin and 2 bars left spin. Very tough to aim this one, but I want to have that second bounce between the bunker and the fringe because we have tailwind here. You can see if you are not positioned well on the drive, that lamppost is going to be in the way and you can hit it with the ball if you are very unlucky. So we should be all right though, following the notes here and tweaking according to what wind angle you have, but just something to mention and have in mind. Max plus 0 is the adjustment here. Obviously if you've got a lower level Cataclysm or big dog, you won't have the full ball guide, which is why I'm advising you of the second bounce reference. Hitting perfect, and we're hopping up nicely onto the green, and we're going to have a very short putt for the eagle. Okay, then it's going to be Guardian once again on this par 3. In the video here, I play 8.2 backspin, half a bar of side spin to the left. However, we just need to reduce the backspin by a click, so try 8 or 8.1. We're going to set up here, look at the position of the second bounce. So, medium distance, 10% elevation, adjust carefully into the sand, obviously, and the reason we're aiming so high is because we are going to lose distance when we drop down into the bunker. So, mid plus 10 on that one, and then going to take a shot, perfect ball away, and we are very close here, but just a little bit of a tweak needed. I'm sure with that fraction less backspin, this is going to drop for a hole in one. Uh, 5.8 top spin or 6 bars top spin if you can, 2 bars side spin to the right and stretch out to find the position shown. Then when the target comes back to max resting position, we're going to adjust max distance, 5% elevation, power 5 settings, so we're using a berserker. Then I'm going to push up by 2 rings. This will give us a slightly slower needle for max overpower. Here I go with half a ball of curl to the right. I would revise that and go with 3/4 of a ball instead because we get a little bit close to the rocks on the left. So go with 3/4 ball of curl. My next attempt at this one worked absolutely fine, and we get around 440 to 445 yards. Then we've got to adjust here and try and judge club distance as best we can. So here I go with a distance check, find min and find max. I go to the back of the green for a plus yardage check here. Here I'm going with 0 elevation, but unfortunately I over adjust this shot slightly. 2 bars backspin and try and find a nice landing spot on the green. And my recommendation here, what I should have gone with was 18% slider, 0 elevation. I went with a little bit more than that. And finally on to the par 5 here. Going to play with the rock. I'm going to set up to mimic a rock level 8, so if you don't have level 9 it doesn't matter. Max distance with the rock level 8, plus 15 with the rock 9. Blue ring just away from the rough. 3.2 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Then we're going to adjust max plus 5. Obviously if you're using a different driver, add spin, look at the position of the second bounce if you don't have rock level 8 plus. Half a ball of curl to the right, and a perfect ball here will do very nicely indeed. Minor great right has been fine for me here as well. Now we want to roll between 345 and 350 yards. Second shot, going to perform a rough check. So move the bullseye up to the rough line there, the top of that fairway island. Plus 5 was the rough check here. And based on the miss shown in the video here, my recommendation for a slider value would be 54% slider, minus 5 elevation. 3.5 backspin, aim at the pin, ball guide slightly short because we do have a little bit of tailwind on this one. So for a plus 5 rough check with sniper 10 of course, recommendation 54% slider, minus 5 elevation. Don't forget, check out the Academy tutorial playlist if you need help on using the slider or performing distance checks. Perfect ball and the speed is good here, just missing to the right hand side as we look from the shot. So a little bit over adjusted, but try the tweak suggested and you're going to be close for an albatross. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.